Bonjour everyone, my name is Tony Jack. I'm executive pastry chef for Good Eating Company. And today we're gonna make a recipe of making a macaron, raspberry and rose. So I'm gonna show you step by step how to make this macaron. So first, we're gonna have to white the eggs in the container, in the mixer, the kitchenette, and cook the sugar. So the sugar, it's almost ready cooked. And we're gonna pour in the white eggs um, to make like a Italian meringue. So what we make Italian meringue is to like create like a nice body for the macaron to be like crunchy and moist inside. So it's very important to have like a correct temperature for your sugar. And at the same time, I'm gonna use like the red color. It's a food coloring, like organic, and to make a nice color for the macaron. So I'm gonna pour the sugar inside my white eggs. I'm gonna smoke. So I put slowly in my white eggs because if I pour directly inside, like too fast, it's gonna make like a big amount of sugar inside, and the quality is not gonna be good. Maybe go a little bit more faster. There we go. So I wait a little bit so the egg white mix together, and we're gonna put my food coloring a little bit after. After that, I make ready so my almond powder and my sugar powder together, and I put in the how you call that, like steamer, like to make sure it's very thin and very good. And I'm gonna pour my white eggs and make like a dough, like a mixing dough. So it's very important to use like a very thin almond powder, and it can give you like a good result for your macaron. Because you can find like uh, almond powder like very granular, very big, and it's gonna give you like not like a shiny and loose macaron. It's gonna be more like bumpy. I can say that. So it's very important to use like a thin almond powder. So I use like a spatula, but you can use uh, like a big spoon or different thing to mix. But I think the spatula is good because you can reach the bottom of the bowl correctly. There we go. A nice dough. Perfect. Make sure to mix well. Don't be shy. Perfect. So we have like the first dough for the macaron already. And now I'm gonna put inside my food coloring. To have a nice color, pink, rose. Perfect. Nice color. It is perfect. So after that, I'm gonna show you now because we don't have to wait too long, but you have to wait the white egg, the Italian meringue, become like almost cold. Uh, it's worked now, but it's better to wait like a little bit, like maybe 5, 6 minutes to make sure it's cooling down. I'm gonna show you now the result of the meringue. And now we have a nice Italian meringue with a nice color. And it's very important. I use like organic food color. Like this is not like chemical. This is very natural, and it's why I like that. All right. So I'm gonna put now. This is the step for everyone is curious when you make macaron. We call that the macaronade. I don't know in English, but this is like a macaronade. So you put a little bit of Italian meringue to the beginning, and you start to go gently mix all together, gently. This is the most important. So like you can smell like almond powder, good almond. I love that. And here we go. You have the rest. So they have different technique. They have different technique of macaron. There are people like the macaron very like we call that a ribbon when you mix all together. Means when you loop the dough like that, make it like a ribbon. I'm more like when it's a little bit fluffy. So I don't do that. I prefer like when it's more they have more air inside. So I put the rest of the meringue. We have a nice color. I love it. And this you continue. As you can see, I'm like turning. I go in the middle and I turn gently, nicely. You have to take time. And for me, I'm ready when I see when you do the spatula like that, you can see like the dough going slowly and gently in the middle. No more. There we go. Perfect. So after we're gonna use so sheet pan, and I used to draw my marker on paper like that, and after I put version paper on top. So you can use that to be like very precise all the time. This is very important because if you don't, you can have different size. Even if I work for many years, I need that. I use that every day for working, and it's very important. Can be helpful. So we're gonna put in the pastry bag. So if you don't have difficulty to use a pastry bag, you can use like a bowl and you put your pastry bag inside and you can fill up. Can be helpful. And after that, this is the time or you're gonna make your macaron. All right, and make sure I'm like in the border to not make like a bubble. And I'm gonna start to make my macaron. There we go. As you can see, the macaron starts slowly to make the body. and be like more lisse. A little bit more, almost done. I'm gonna go a little bit more faster. There we go. So after that, I take off my paper. And as you can see, so the body is like had to be like lisse. So I always like tap a little bit like that and make sure the macaron stay outside. I would like to say between 20 to 45 minutes to make sure it start to be dry. And when it's dry, so you can put in the oven. So at 310 for 13 minutes for this side. 310, 13 minutes, no less, no more. And it's actually perfect. And so when it's ready to cook, you have to touch the macaron, and the macaron don't need to be sticky. And when not sticky, you can put in the oven and it's ready. So after that, we have our macaron ready. So you can see when you leave like 35, 40 minutes, it create like, we call that, I don't know in English, but a colorette means like a little bit like border. Yeah. And so I like when it's like this. And why I cook at 310 for 13 minutes is because I love when inside it's like moist and outside is crunchy. This is like something I really like in the macaron. It's very important. So now I'm gonna show you how to build the macaron. I really make my marmalade. So I use like fresh raspberry and I make like a puree, like a marmalade. I cook with sugar a long time and it's make like a marmalade. And after I add some like fresh raspberry in the last minute and I add to um, some water rose to put directly inside. So when it's finished, you have like a nice marmalade, like smelling like raspberry, fresh raspberry. You just have and rose in the same time, just a little bit. So you have like this nice marmalade. So, and with that, we have fresh raspberry. So to make ready, I'm gonna put some together. I try to make the same size, like sometimes can be bigger or smaller. So I always try to pick like the perfect match. There we go. So now I'm gonna put in my pastry bag the raspberry rose marmalade. It smells like delicious. I want to like eat it. All right. So I put a little bit marmalade in the middle, like a hazelnuts. So just a little bit. And after that, I'm going to put some raspberry around. There we go. Just to stick together. Ooh, even the raspberry. Very good. I love it. So make sure you have like a nice raspberry and make sure they have nothing in the middle. So it's the most important. Smell like spring. There we go, almost done. One more. And there we go. And after that, because I'm generous and I love when it's yummy, I add more, of course. So you can add like, ooh, yes, another hazelnuts. There we go. So I put the top. I hope everyone see well. Ooh, I want to eat one. There we go. So we have a nice like double macaron with the raspberry. And after that, we're gonna make the decoration. So the decoration is gonna be with fresh rose, fresh petal. I hope I pronounce well. And I make like tiny golden almond paste herb. So it's very shiny and thin. And we're gonna build like this beautiful decoration together. So first, I'm gonna put a little bit of marmalade on top, like just just to stick the petal, of course. We're gonna pick a beautiful one. Ooh, it smell like rose. Smell like Valentine's Day. There we go. After that, we're gonna put again a little bit in the middle of the rose, just a little bit, very like small point. Oops. And after raspberry, we're gonna bring the most beautiful raspberry you can find, and we're gonna put in the middle. One, this one. I'm gonna finish one closer so you can see well. And this is like the party I love, the decoration, the finish. So I put like a little herb in the middle, inside the petal. And after that, I have something magic I always love, is the golden powder. I'm gonna fish the other one quickly. Hmm? Um, so everything you can eat, even the rose, of course. So it's not something you have to take off before eating. It's really like you can eat all the margot. And this is like the part I love is the decoration. It's it's a spray of golden powder, and you can just put on top a little bit and make like more love. There we go. Don't want to stay. Et voila! We have a nice raspberry macaron and rose for Valentine's Day and perfect to eat with people. in Copal. Thank you.